Want to build a killer portfolio? So if you're on the right video, on the right track, here are the top 5 beginner-friendly projects you can build without using any frameworks. So enough talk, let's get right into this video. Okay, so the first video in order to build and leverage your skills is to create a personal portfolio website. So in this website here, you can use mainly on the front end language on HTML, CSS, and JavaScript, where you talk about yourself and your personal statement about yourself, and as well your hobbies and interests, but related to the job title that you're applying for. And mainly, if you can actually accomplish and leverage that skill on the personal portfolio website, you can upload that on your job search social media platform, for example, like LinkedIn, so that many recruiters will be able to find a sample website about yourself and will be a good candidate for that role. So, in my opinion, to build a personal portfolio website, you could either start with front end, or if you're more comfortable learning front end, you could leverage on with build back end development. But front end development is more intriguing and more and a popular way to start if you're a beginner developer. Right, cool. So the next project I would of course suggest you to learn is create a to do app. So a to do app. So in this case, you would be able to learn about the crude operations, which is C stands for create, R for read, D use for update, D for delete. So you would be able to create the list and use all these tools and methods to update and to delete. For update, meaning you could of course edit and modify, and delete meaning that you want to not to include that list. So, for example, if you wanted to set up a to do list or create a to do list app, then you would learn these fundamentals for front end. So for me, I've created a to do app before, one of my projects that I've did. So I can showcase you all the methods I used. So mainly only use HTML, CSS, and JavaScript. But also, if you want to, of course, delve into that and learn other frameworks and, of course, coding languages, you would learn. I'll suggest you to learn probably Python, Danjo. But in this case, I want you to learn front end as well. Build a to do list app using HTML, CSS, and JavaScript without any frameworks to help you give you a boost and an idea of what your website looks like. And of course, to boost your confidence and your understanding. Okay, cool. So this is my project that I've built so far. So this is a task list. I've of course included all the properties for HTML, CSS, JavaScript, the coding languages I have, and implemented a crude bar. So I can of course add, delete. So for example, test. I can also add another task here. So then now if I can of course refresh, then it deletes the whole thing. So if I put add task list in here, it shows a task that's displayed in the input field. I can now delete and update the task if necessary. So this is all the coding front end coding languages that I've made, and also JavaScript. So I use one of these event listeners, the functionality to add the button, and the functionality to delete the task and to create a new task, and a dummy function and scroll bar, etc. So there are many more things that I've of course include, but most importantly, I created a ID page where I defined out the task I wanted to include the whole document. When I'm of course I'm styling out the CSS and using the query selector to select the ID, which is known as the IT selector. So this is an example of what a task list looks like and an overview. So you can of course have a good understanding when creating a front end project without using any frameworks. Okay, so here are the few information or few beginner projects that you would be able to create. Number one is quiz app. Number two is weather app and calculator app. So these are um, a good way to, of course, develop your confidence in learning these fundamentals, especially for calculator app. Calculator app is where you learn more about the fundamentals in JavaScript and how to use object oriented programming language to use operation syntax, for example, multiplication, addition, and subtraction. And for weather app, you'll be able to learn about APIs and how to retrieve data to ensure that the weather app is functioning correctly and to dictate about where the weather is. For example, in here, it shows that there is of course, a sign saying that if it's sunrise or if it's, of course, cloudy. But also, you could tell by creating a data signature, I think, for an API. So you should, of course, check it out for weather app. And for quiz app is, of course, very fun interactive app. You'll be able to learn more about the to do list similarly, but being able to use these functionalities by answering questions. So these are alternative ways and additional ways that can, of course, leverage your skills and wouldn't and can be included in your CV. But if you want to, of course, leverage your skills and want to get hired, potentially, I would firstly, potentially, I would, of course, you would create, first of all, I would create a personal portfolio website, which includes your summary and your about page and experience that you have, of course, leveraged and learned. So you include with your hyperlinks, so a tag using HTML structure, and also you can learn about JavaScript to function in a navigation page, and also as well as the body, you would include all of your information, your pictures, your images, your styling, everything that's included there in your portfolio website. So it'll be included in your CV, and you can use it for job recruitments and for the jobs that you wanted to apply for, even if it's tech role based role that I discussed in my previous videos. I am going to conclude off this video today. If you found this video helpful, please hit a like. If you're new, please subscribe. I'm going to upload weekly videos in this channel so that you give a good insight and also you'll be notified of when I upload my video. This is your voice of Zen. I'm out. Peace.